So Dana, how's life?
It's really great.
What's going on with you sexually right now?
What? What did you just say?
We're the Riffsters. It's a podcast and a rap show.
Hi guys.
Hi guys.
Are you trying to copy me right now?
Yes.
Oh no, you're supposed to say, "Are you trying to copy me right now?"
Are you trying to copy me?
There you go. That's how you copy somebody.
There you go. That's how you copy somebody. That's
Do I really sound like that?
Do I really sound like that? Oh no. It's the whole podcast. This is going to be echo. The echo chamber. Echo chamber cast.
Maybe not.
Would you like to introduce us to the people?
Hi guys, we're the Riffsters. I'm Dana Lynn X.
I'm Julian, aka Volpe.
And we're going to talk about stuff today.
Yes. Would you like to explain how our podcast works for any new viewers?
Yes, I would. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you. So, for those of you who don't know, we start off from one talking point, and somehow we end up at another that has, most of the time, nothing to do with the original talking point.
Some would say we riff.
Yes. And today...
See what we did there?
Today in news...
Today in news, there was some news. We don't know how truthful it is, but there was word that Disney is potentially buying 20th Century Fox, or rather parts of 20th Century Fox, so that 20th Century Fox can focus more on being a news and sports organization.
Rather than a sort of showrunners.
Rather than a entertainment company as a whole, they're focusing on news and sports, which would indicate that Disney, if they were to buy them, would most likely buy the film part of 20th Century Fox.
It's kind of weird to think about because, like, there's like the whole 20th Century Fox like logo, like the movie logo, where it's like dun 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 dun. Like, will that be gone? Like, will we not see that anymore?
Well, no. You would still see that. It's okay. It's the same thing as like when Disney bought Lucasfilm or when they bought Marvel.
Oh, we still see. Okay.
Yeah, they let the company run. They just collect the money. Because like you still see the Lucasfilm thing before every Star Wars movie. You still see Marvel Studios. They let them do their own thing.
They're just kind of like big investors almost.
Yeah. That's exactly what they are.
Gotcha.
The they let them do their own thing. So I guess the real question is like, what does this mean for superhero movies? Because Fox, for people that don't know, Fox owns the rights to the Fantastic Four and related characters. They own the rights to the X-Men, obviously. Yeah. Which includes...
Oh, thank God. If Disney gets them back.
Which includes Deadpool. And they also own the rights to...
that's great. That's great news.
Wait, what was the other one? Fantastic Four.
Spider-Man.
That's Sony. I feel like there's one more that they own. It's Fantastic Four and the X-Men.
Oh no, that's part of X-Men.
Maybe that's it.
And Fantastic Four.
Yeah, it might just be it.
No, there's another one. I just can't remember.
But anyway, the question is, if they were to purchase them, and by no means is this a deal. This was like the most like basic sort of rumblings today that this.
Yeah, this may not even go through.
Might be in talks, but it's an interesting thing to consider, and probably something that people have been considering for a while now. Is like, what would that look like if Disney recaptured the rights to those, and obviously would then hand them off to Kevin Feige over at Marvel Studios. Yeah. What could they do with those properties? And like, could that be Marvel's Phase 4?
Oh, thank God.
Why?
I'm just like, I really like the X-Men. I really like them, but I do not like how Fox has handled the X-Men. It's very, like, hit or miss for me. Like, there's obviously, like, really good movies, like Logan or X-Men First Class. But then for everyone that you get for that, you get, like, X2 or whatever. Which one was the bad one? It was X2 or X3? 3 was the bad one. Like, or the Wolverine movie, which was horrendous.
Origins?
Yeah, the Origins one, which was absolutely terrible.
I actually thought
What's about the Wolverine?
I actually liked the Wolverine. That was the second one set in Japan.
Oh, I hate that one too.
Why?
It was such a trope. Like, white man goes to Japan, white man gets Asian girl, like saves the Asian girl. Like, it was just like, really? Like, the entire time I was just like this. Are you fucking kidding me?
I mean, I guess, but it is based on one of the more famous comic runs of Wolverine as he goes
Just
to
because
Shenanigans.
it's based on a comic, but this is a common thing though. Just because it's based on a comic doesn't make it good, like, or doesn't make it like a
I thought it was a
thing.
good movie.
Eh.
I thought he was very fish out of water, and he didn't really save them. They, if anything, the girl who was the ninja or samurai or whatever helped save him. He didn't. It wasn't like
It was more about just the getting the girl like whole trope, and like it's
wasn't like,
so overdone.
It wasn't like Avatar where like
That
human
was
goes in
horrible.
and becomes alien and saves the whole alien race. Like
That was a pretty terrible movie. Oh wait, I'm sorry. I thought you were talking about The Last Airbender.
No, I'm talking about Avatar.
You're talking about Avatar. Never mind. I liked that movie, but I wasn't. Sorry, I liked that movie for the visuals, not the story.
Okay, I liked the Wolverine for the visuals and the coolness of the vibe as well. It was cool seeing him square off with his claws.
Yeah.
But
I mean, it's always cool to see him square off with his claws.
we're getting kind of sidetracked here. I think so.
Some might say we were riffing.
That's true.
Trent has to say that him and a buddy have a perfect plan to fix the Fantastic Four series.
Perfect, because
please
I
elaborate.
hate the Fantastic Four.
In the comics, or just how they're in movies?
Just how they are in the movies. There has not been a single Fantastic Four movie that I've ever liked.
Have you seen the reboot?
That was a complete dumpster fire.
You didn't see it.
Exactly.
Most people would agree with Dana. Those who did see it would say it is a dumpster
I
fire.
had no plans to see it because I hate the Fantastic Four. Like, I hate them. I'm like, ugh, whatever.
I think
And
you should see
then,
that movie.
and then I saw the reviews for the newest one. I was like, I'm not even gonna bother.
That was such a bizarre.
And I liked the casting, so it was like I was kind of excited a little bit for it because I was like, okay, good casting. Like, this should be a good movie. And then when all of that went down, I was like, I'm not even gonna waste my money.
Such a bizarre. That's in the history of comic book movies. That may go down for me as the weirdest release I've ever seen, because I saw it, and it's not good, but it's not a 3% on Rotten Tomatoes. I don't know what it ended up getting, like 3 or 4% on Rotten Tomatoes. It's not that. Like the first half of it is you can see what they were doing, and they put the pieces in place to make it a really interesting take on the Fantastic Four. And I thought what did it get?
It received a 9% on
9%,
Rotten Tomatoes,
okay.
and an 18% from fans.
Okay, it was definitely not a 9%. Like it was probably like a 30-40%.
Average rating was 3.5 out of 10.
See, I don't
What
know.
was Batman versus Superman on Rotten Tomatoes? Because I would wager that was probably a worse movie, even though like I didn't mind it that much.
No, Batman and Superman was a better movie than
Was it?
Fantastic Four, yeah.
Oh wow. Okay, well then it deserves the 9% because already Batman versus Superman was pretty low.
Actually, I don't know. Fantastic Four is like, it had a lot of things going for it, and then the first 2 acts are really good, and there's a point in the movie that if you watch it, there's a distinct point in the movie where they do a time jump. It's like 2 years later, and when that
That's
happens,
what I heard.
it gets really weird and really rushed, and you can tell that that's when whoever came in to fix it fixed it.
Gotcha.
Just to say, Batman vs. Superman got a 27% with an average of 4.9 out of 10.
That sounds about
And
right.
the audience gave it a 63%.
Okay, see, I would put Fantastic Four right in that range.
That's
I don't think
probably-
it's a 9.
That's probably fair.
And the reason I say it's such a weird release is I think there was so much bad buzz around it that I don't think it was the movie that offended people so much. Like, it wasn't a great movie, but I think the hatred towards it was more because there was such this aura of disaster around it, because the director was tweeting about how he didn't give a shit about it. Like the studio, it was just this. Everyone who knew anything about movies, who was any sort of fan who paid attention to movie news, knew that was a super troubled production, and there was rumors of troubled production from the start. So
Yeah.
that one is just weird because I don't think it was that bad, but it got painted by this weird aura of news around it.
And it was hard because like I already didn't care. Like, to be fair, I've not read I've not read the comics for it, but knowing what I know from the movies, I was not a fan ever of
the
it.
characters.
And then like I went and looked at the Wikipedia of like what the comics would have been like or whatever, and looked at the story, and I was like, I still don't see how this would have pulled me. Like, even if I went to go read the comics, so I was like, this isn't for me. This isn't the story for me. And so when I heard that the new one was a dumpster fire, I was like, I don't care enough about these characters or anything to go even try to watch this movie.
Maybe something to add to the conversation. Trent says the way to make a good Fantastic Four movie is to not use Doom or Galactus.
No. I like Doom, though. I love Doom.
Disagree with Trent.
Okay, so there is a comic series that I do read, the Fearless Defenders, and one of the defenders, Warrior Woman, cut off Doom's head, and like their little interaction before that happened was so dope that like forever, I don't know why, I just like Doom because of that one.
He's
comic
an awesome
series.
villain. He that would be part of the thing that'd be interesting if they acquired the rights to it, Marvel Studios.
Yeah.
Because he could make, because the Thanos arc is going to be over, and going into Phase 4, they're going to be in need of a new big bad, and Doctor Doom would be...
He could be a great big bad.
What?
A big bad to follow Thanos would be Doctor Doom?
I think so. Yeah. Like someone who's... like
he's on like a Loki level.
But like, I mean, if you've already gone all the way up here, like if you've already gone to the highest level, the only thing I think is that you have left to do is do something really small scale and intimate. So like bring it back down to the terrestrial level of things and have the people that are left be like, oh, this guy's also trying to destroy the Earth. Yes, maybe it's not like galaxy spanning like Thanos, but he would be an amazing I would equate it to like the recent Bond movies with Daniel Craig. They were doing like big things with like these terror organizations that were like these big massive global conspiracy organizations, and then with Skyfall they took it back and they had Javier Bardem's villain who his only goal was to kill M. It was this really intimate, small scale story, but it was one of the best because the stakes were so personal and emotional. It didn't need to go like, and then Inspector, they went global and it was crap. So I'm saying like if you're gonna go galactic and you're gonna do the biggest possible villain, you're in need of a new big bad. I can't think of anyone better than either A, Norman Osborn, or B, Dr. Doom.
So I kind of see where you're going with this, but I kind of agree with Jack. And to be fair, I don't think that they're going to get rid of Thanos completely in the Infinity Wars. Like I don't think that will happen. I think whatever that does happen is they will, at the very least, I don't think they will kill him, but they will beat him back away from the world for a while, and then he'll do his usual manipulating pawns again. And I think Doctor Doom could be a really cool one to be sort of like a pawn of Thanos or something again.
I hope they don't do that. That would be awful, because then it's just Infinity War again.
As I said, I think Doctor Doom is a good Loki level villain.
Or
like what we saw Loki in the Thor or Avengers.
Yeah.
That's where I kind of see him as.
He could at least be a big bad, like leading into the Avengers movie that follows these couple.
Correct.
Or I think the next phase of the MCU is more War of the Worlds. Sort of like there could be different, because we already know there are 9 realms, but there is also because of Guardians of the Galaxy, so many other worlds out there that it could almost be a Star Wars effect.
Jade just joined. If you guys want to say hi.
Jade, hi.
What's
I
up?
love you.
What's up?
So I don't know. When it comes to the MCU, they're infinite because it's literally in a universe and ways to get big bads, and I don't think Doom will necessarily be like the next phase big bad, but he will have a big part, maybe like Loki.
I guess if you were going to attempt to top Thanos in any way, it would probably be with Galactus. That's the only thing I can think of that would be
Galactus.
As world ending and of the they literally everyone has to come together because Galactus is eating worlds.
Yeah,
so
Galactus, maybe there is, I forget which storyline, but half of the Avengers are turned bad through mind control.
Yeah.
There's that one.
They wasted Dormammu really early.
They really wasted.
He could still come back.
They wasted the what's his name? Lee Pace.
Ronan,
thank you, gosh, Ronan the Accuser. I think they extremely wasted him because he could have been a big bad all on his own, trying to come and conquer worlds.
They also could introduce this. Well, they have introduced and have laid seeds that they could harvest if they wanted to for the Celestials, because they have.
Yeah.
They kind of show them briefly in Guardians 1 when the Collector's talking about the different stones, and then they obviously spoilers for Guardians of the Galaxy 2, which you should have seen by now. But what's his face? Ego is a Celestial.
Yeah.
So they could harvest that seed if they wanted to in the future. They actually have I was thinking, damn, what are they going to do in Phase 4? Now we've talked it out. They have a lot of things they could do.
It's infinite. And now that they might possibly be getting the X-Men, that is a whole nother thing. Which I am actually curious, because they've been trying to push this whole Inhumans thing, basically, the X-Men, but a little bit different. How is that going to work? Because I know, like, with the Inhumans, they are technically, they have alien blood, or like some sort of alien.
Yes.
The Kree, right? The Kree.
They're Kree.
Yeah. I'm sorry. I'm like trying to remember all this. The Kree, like they have Kree blood. So how, like the X-Men, they're just evolved humans. I don't know. I don't see, like, would they team up and be like, oh, we're the X-Men, oh, we're the Inhumans, and like, would that become a thing? Because they're both different at the end of the day.
I'll tell you exactly how it's going to work if they acquire the X-Men. Marvel Studios is going to go, hey, we have the X-Men, and someone in the meeting room is going to go, yes, but what about the Inhumans? And then everyone else in the meeting room is going to go, what are the Inhumans? What are you talking about?
That's kind of what
you know that show that we just did that was like, that people didn't really like that much, but like, you remember it? And they're going to be like, no, I don't know what you're talking about. And all of them are going to move at the same time, and their heads are going to be like moving at the same time, and then the guy's going to be like, no, but like, it starred like that guy from Sons of Anarchy, and it had the thing like, come here. And they said, let me just take you. And they're going to take him out into a room, and they're going to take him to a private room. And there Kevin Feige is going to have that big gun that Vulture had in Spider-Man Homecoming, and he's going to go, and that guy's going to explode.
Yeah.
And then they're going to call janitorial and say, yeah, we have another one. And they're going to come clean it up, and he's going to go back into the boardroom. And so anyway, as we were saying about the X-Men.
So, not just with Inhumans, but do you think Marvel would obliterate all other storylines going on through Fox and Sony if they acquired it? Or would they try and incorporate some of the stories we know?
I think they're in the perfect... If this happened, theoretically, I think they're in the perfect position, because the only franchise that people care about at this point...
Is Legion.
That Fox owns, cinematically, is Deadpool.
Yeah.
And of all the characters, who's the character that could so easily joke his way through, hey, I'm in a new universe now? Deadpool. Like, it would take them 3 seconds. It'd be a hilarious in-joke. He already did it with... He already made that kind of joke in Deadpool 1 where he's like... They're like, we're taking you to see Professor X. And he's like, which one? McAvoy or Stewart? These timelines are so confusing.
Also that the studio couldn't afford any other X-Men.
Easy. It would be the easiest... So I would say they kill off everything going on with every other movie. You get rid of the cat. Although I actually kind of like the cast, so if they were down, keep the cast. At least like I like McAvoy and Fassbender, but I think they're on their way out anyway. So I would probably clean slate. I would keep Deadpool around. I would run the shit out of that franchise, but in the Marvel world, have him come in and play with Spider-Man. Have him come in and play with Iron Man.
Ryan Reynolds and Tom Holland.
Ryan Reynolds and Tom Holland would be amazing.
That's what I was thinking. Oh, we could finally have Team Red.
You could probably, if
they would ever bring the Netflix shows in.
Derek and Caden have joined the video.
Derek and Caden. Hi, Caden.
Derek and Caden have joined our stream. Derek and Caden have joined our stream. Derek and Caden, you're the best friends that I ever had. Derek and Caden, if you leave, I will feel really bad. Derek and Caden, if you leave, I will be so mad. Derek and Caden, if you leave... I don't know. That's it. I couldn't think of it.
That was a good anime intro.
That was not bad, right? Yeah.
Anime intro. Oh dear.
It would need to have a lot more emotional montages and sunset images of me standing with my hands in my pockets staring at a sunset.
A little more
with
high
my hair,
energy too.
with my hair
more
floating.
solemn. Yeah.
And a lot of cuts of like my face like this, like.
Well, guys, I think now is the perfect time for a challenge.
Oh,
Challenge!
dear.
So, I'm going to need one of you.
We're having a challenge. We're having a challenge.
I'll take
Having a
that.
challenge. We're having
That.
a challenge. Having a challenge.
Julian?
It's challenge time in the
Take that.
USA. Okay.
It's called Dana time.
Julian,
Yeah.
Yes.
tie this around your head.
Okay. How do I
Your
write?
eyes specifically.
How do I write if I can't see?
Oh, well, what we're going to be doing is a blind drawing contest.
This seems bad.
It will work out, I swear.
Okay.
So
It'll work out, I swear.
So what you guys are going to be doing
Yeah.
is you are going to be drawing each other blindfolded.
Oh, yeah.
Be as detailed as you possibly can.
Okay.
I'm going to give you guys 1 minute on the clock to draw each other.
Okay.
You guys ready?
Yeah.
Yeah.
3, 2, 1, draw.
Okay.
Okay. This is fun. So Dana, how's life?
It's really great.
What's going on with you sexually right now?
What? What did you just say?
What's going on with you sexually right now? How
Not a whole lot.
No.
Yeah, I have a boyfriend who sucks.
Just so you know, you guys have 30 seconds.
Oh wow! You know what I just realized? I'm drawing myself.
Oh my god! Are you kidding me?
No, I'm serious. I totally just realized. I was trying.
New challenge. You both draw Julian, and then we'll both draw Dana.
Okay, perfect.
You guys have 15 seconds.
This is gonna be awful. This is gonna look like Spider-Man, hopefully.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
I'm done.
Drop your pens.
Oh,
Oh my god, I did such a good job!
Wow, this is really good actually.
Let's show the camera.
Guys, I did a great job!
Wow, yours is actually. You should probably check, make sure that she's framing it.
Is that framed right? Can you guys see this? I'm not bad. I'm not bad.
That's actually.
How'd you write that while blindfolded?
I can write blind.
Nice. There you go.
That's remarkably good.
Julian.
Mine. I actually really like mine. It looks kind of like an absurdist painting.
It looks like a tiki man. What is that?
I kind of dig it though. Like I kind of want to keep it.
Like, I definitely made the nose too small, for sure. But, I don't know.
Dude, I'm really into this.
I'd like to see some votes in the chat. Who
I'm
won
gonna
say-
the
Yeah.
Julian round?
I feel like the I'm gay really, like, makes the character. You know what I'm saying?
I think that's offensive, and you're a bigot.
Now, guys, if you want to flip to the other side
But you're
of
just
the
happy.
paper,
Okay.
re-blindfold yourself.
Is this the draw Dana challenge?
It is the Draw Dana challenge.
because I messed it up.
Yes. It's okay. We'll roll with it. Are both of you ready?
Yep.
Okay. 3, 2, 1, draw.
So Dana, how are you feeling about climate change these days?
You're trying to mess me up.
No, seriously. Like, what do you think? What are you thinking? Like, how do you feel about our carbon footprint?
I think that our carbon footprint could be a little less. I am now doing this thing where I only eat meat twice a week, if that.
What does it have to do with our carbon footprint?
Because the meat industry actually puts a lot of carbon into... It has more carbon footprint than our cars.
That's true. That's true.
So...
That's true. What do you think the odds are of us getting hit by a giant meteor?
Pretty low right now. I'd say.
Pretty loud right now?
Low.
You think our chances are pretty loud right now?
I said low.
You said loud.
I definitely said low. I just said it like.
I'm gonna give you a beard. Is that okay? Like, or I'm gonna give you a soul.
Oh, you guys have 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5,
I'm gonna give you a Rudolph nose.
3, 2, 1, and stop.
Well, I put my face in the wrong area.
We all do that from time to
You
time.
have to be cheating.
I'm not.
She has to be. There's
I'm
no
not.
way.
I'm not though. That's the thing.
Can we show the camera?
Go ahead. You have to
I
be
just
cheating.
put my face in the wrong spot, but like, not bad. Not
What
bad.
was the giant circle thing supposed to be?
This part right here?
Yeah.
That was supposed to be where my face.
The head.
That's my head, and then my face was supposed to go inside it. So I mean, my lips are drooping a little bit.
Okay, we all look different.
There's no way. You have to be cheating. Because mine, once again, looks like a cubist rendering.
I think you gave her a pig nose.
I tried to give her a soul patch right here, and it ended up underneath her eyeball. So this is where we're at with my random drawing.
Wow, these both look beautiful.
I'm really not cheating though, is the thing. Like
Hayden says that both of you lose.
Hayden.
Trent just wants Julian's t-shirt.
Yeah.
Caden said the Caden and Derek song is iconic. And Derek says another Volpe banger.
Another Volpe banger.
Caden and Derek are the best friends I've ever had.
If you guys have any more votes
Look at those eyebrows.
on who won the drawing challenge, though, please let us know.
I'm not gonna lie to you. Like I don't want to be that guy.
Be that guy.
But I feel like of the two of us, mine is the most coherent of drawings.
Well, yeah, that's why I'm like, you have to be cheating.
But I'm not. That's the thing. Like this is thick. Like thick.
I
with a
tested it
C.
before. Hayden says Julian's Dana looks like it has a French mustache.
Well, I try. That's good. That's a
Accurate.
recognizable. I tried to give her a soul patch, so that is not inaccurate.
When you first read Julian's Dana, I was like, I'm my own person, and then I realized you were talking about the art.
Let's not confuse Dana's Dana for Julian's Dana.
Yeah. I'm wearing this on my head, by the way, for the rest of the podcast.
You remind me of Lucas from Stranger Things when he's in battle mode.
Ooh, great topic and way to riff into it. We've been watching Stranger Things 2.
Yeah, it's this niche show. We're like some of the only people that watch it. I haven't really talked to anyone else.
It only matches The Walking Dead in terms of viewership numbers, but it's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah, I don't hear too many people watching it, so I don't know. I don't know if you've heard about it.
Is it
Stranger
safe
Things.
enough to talk about now?
Have you heard about it? If not, go watch it.
Is it safe enough to talk about now?
It's been out 10 days.
I'm not really sure what you want to talk about, given that we haven't finished the second
Well,
season.
obviously
yet.
we're not going to talk about the whole season. I just like...
Thanks for joining, guys. On today's episode, our incredibly detailed recap of Stranger Things that stops 2 episodes short of the end of the second season.
Real quick, Trent says you should put these designs on t-shirts and sell them.
We should. We would make probably 1.5 sales.
And he would take your self-portrait, Julian, as a framed portrait.
Oh, I'll mail it to you.
Caden says Dana wins, though, because she actually
Thanks,
followed the rules
Caden.
correctly the first time and drew the other person.
It wasn't so narcissistic that she drew herself. That was so funny. I wasn't even trying to do that. I just realized I was drawing spiked hair, and then I was like, wait, why am I doing this?
Because you're a narcissist.
I know. Trent, send us your mailing address. I will personally hand mail you this, and you can frame it and put it on your wall.
Also, send us your social security number.
Yes. I have a friend. He's a prince, and he's from Africa. And he needs your help.
Oh, gosh.
His family's diamond mine has run dry, and he owes money to some very bad people.
Did you see that video that I sent it to Derek, but maybe you didn't see it, but there was a guy who got one of those kind of spam emails.
Right.
And basically he was like, okay, I'm going to troll this guy. So he starts trolling the spammer or whatever, and then after a series of conversation, he kind of gets to know a little bit about this guy, and I believe it was somewhere in Africa. I don't remember which country now, sorry. But he was like, okay, well, I'm going to tell this guy to go take pictures, like, with his cell phone or whatever. And, like, he was, like, at first trolling him, and then the guy started taking, like, the guy actually went and just started taking pictures because he was told he was going to get paid for these pictures. And that's how the original guy in the U.S. was like, oh, crap, like, this guy actually lives in a really bad neighborhood. How can I make his life better? So he sends him a camera, an actual camera, and it's like, and then it like gives him feedback how to take better pictures. The guy starts taking better pictures and sending them to this guy's way. And he's like, okay, well, now I have to figure out a way to pay him because he's actually doing the work, and like, I want to help this guy. And it actually becomes a really beautiful story. They put together a whole picture book of all this guy's pictures, and they sold it and got a bunch of like sales across like a bunch of countries. And he sent all of it to this guy who was taking the pictures, but the original deal was they would do 50-50. So then the U.S. guy took his 50%. It was like, okay, what does your town, your village need the most? And the guy said school supplies, stuff like that. So he's like, okay, you take my entire portion, and buy school supplies. And I thought that was a really cool story. So
fraud and deception gave way to
an actual beautiful
sincerity.
thing, yeah. So
Are you sure that happened on our planet?
Yeah, well, I'm not entirely sure, but it restored a little bit of faith in humanity and or aliens, lizard people. I don't know.
Aliens,
They could have been lizard people. Who knows?
It was all a ruse by the lizard people attempting to take over our planet.
You've heard that theory, right?
Lizard people?
Yeah.
It's like the most common.
Yeah.
That's the most common alien takeover theory, I think.
So that's what I think is going to happen in Phase 2 of the MCU. The
Is the
lizard
alien
people.
takeover?
The lizard people are going to take over, and instead of Thanos, it'll be Liz Thanos.
Not just Lizard,
No.
the Spider-Man villain?
Lizard Nos.
Liz Thanos. Liznos.
Liznos.
Liznos Pizza.
Did we just come up with a villain?
We just came up with a pizza
The
restaurant.
Riffsters villain.
Liznos Pizza.
You didn't want to go with Thanzard?
Fanzard.
Okay, our producer Jack is a genius. What was it again?
What I'm paid
Thanzard.
Fanzard.
Thanzard.
Paid in
I was pulling my
sexual
hair.
favors. Paid in non-consensual favors.
for. Yeah, but that check bounced, so.
That check bounced. Well, I think this seems like a good ending point, you know.
Real quick.
Sexual favors.
Real quick, Kaden wants to know what you guys think of the new Overwatch character, Moira.
Oh, yes.
Oh my
we did.
gosh, we went to BlizzCon.
We did. We went to
Why?
BlizzCon.
How could we forget to talk about that?
Because we're dumb.
Honestly, it's because we're really tired today,
We are
guys.
really tired.
We were there all weekend. It was fantastic.
2 days straight.
If you follow me on my social media, you would have seen me Instagramming about all the Overwatch League, U.S. versus South Korea. South Korea won. South Korea then won
Bastards.
the entire World Championship, which was, yeah, pretty sad. They deserved it. They won. I mean,
They played good.
they did. They played really good.
But we did try out, when we were at BlizzCon, we tried out the demo of the new hero, Moira.
Moira,
She
yeah.
was great. She plays really, she plays a lot like Symmetra.
Well, like Symmetra and Zenyatta had a baby.
Sort of, yeah. Essentially, that's probably the best.
Yeah.
The best.
It was like a hateful sex that they had.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
like really rough. Like they didn't like it. They didn't hate it, but they weren't super
And
into it.
it actually kind of works out because, okay, I don't really like Symmetra the person, not the like I like playing her, but I like
Her personality.
I don't like her personality. And so like she's kind of like she's forcing people to all be perfect or whatever, and I hate that. So it kind of feels like Moira is kind of the baby of Zenyatta and Symmetra in the
Because
sense that like she's very robotic.
She's
and
transcendent.
she's all about like not the transcendent part, but she's all like, you know, science and I'm better than everybody else, but also like has like I feel like Symmetra is evil. Like she feels evil to me. So I don't know, there's like they could be related somehow.
They could be. But
Yeah.
she was a lot of fun.
She was fun.
Biggest takeaway of BlizzCon for me though was the esports, because
The
I think
esports was amazing.
I think I went into that going like, oh yeah, esports, sure, that thing, and I came out of that Overwatch World Cup game being like, oh yeah, esports, and then they announced the Overwatch League, which I'd heard things about but didn't understand quite what it was, but it's literally like a sports league. It's literally like the NFL. There's 12 teams. They're in 2 divisions, Atlantic and Pacific, and they play every week for between January and July, and like a bunch of major cities in the U.S. and across the world have teams, and
Yep.
I was like, I am for sure going to watch every single one of these games that LA has 2 teams, the Valiant and the Gladiators.
Yeah.
I haven't decided which one I'm going with yet.
Yeah, we'll have to see like how the team plays out, like who are the players and
But, like,
just the colors, of course.
The atmosphere in the arena was nuts for U.S. South Korea. The only time I've ever experienced that frenzy of fandom in one place before was in a bar watching USA play Portugal in the World Cup, the last World Cup, when they were down 2-0 and came back and tied the game. That's
Yeah.
the only time I've ever felt this kind of atmosphere before. Like every time someone got a pick, people were roaring. Like it was deafening in that arena.
The arena was completely full. It was, and I've been to a lot of games, like across different sports, and hardly ever has an arena been full, for one. And two, like, not in the way that this was. Like, there was one when the Crave was doing, like, the wave, and everyone did it.
Mm-hmm.
And it went all the way around multiple times. Like, yeah, I know that happens at other sports games, and I've seen that, but not like this. And I remember looking over at him, because I've never been, like, a huge sports person. I was like, so this is what football people must feel like when they're watching their game, because it was the first time I was excited about something. It was like at the edge of my seat and actively cheering in the crowd. Like he has a video of me going like, USA, you, and like it was a lot of fun. It was really great.
Yeah, I'm wondering if, like, because I'm all about esports now.
Yeah.
I'm wondering if a lot of the, like, controversy over, like, whether, not controversy, but the debate over whether it's a sport or not comes from the fact that they're using the term sport. Because when you think about it, like, I would argue that esport, like, video games as a sport is similar to, or competitive professional video gaming, I would argue is similar to chess, like professional chess, right? Like, I think it's the same kind of concept.
You're using mostly your mind.
And chess is not considered a sport; it's considered a game. And chess is not an Olympic. Like, there's an Olympics. You know, they have world tournaments. So, like, I think esports sounds cool, but I kind of feel like it's misleading. I don't think it quite accurately describes, because I think sport, and I don't know, I haven't looked up the literal definition of sport, but I think most people's definition of sport is something that requires athletic skill, and gaming definitely requires skill. I'm not saying that, but it doesn't require athletic skill.
That's actually false. I know people will laugh when I say this, but the time it takes for you to click buttons, and like, that is a physical thing, for one, and some people just
not
can't.
Enough.
But that's the thing, like, some people just can't click nearly as fast as other people can. Like, have you ever heard, like, clicks per second?
And hand-eye coordination is, like, huge in baseball.
It really is.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah, it's hand-eye coordination.
That may be a factor that separates it from chess, because chess doesn't require hand-eye coordination or hand dexterity. So that's enough to qualify it as a...
Because the difference between chess and video games, or esports, I should say, is, like, my hands need to do what my brain is telling it. And for me, like, when I'm playing games, and the reason why I'm not a pro player is because I can't quite make my hands do exactly what my mind is saying.
That's true. There is an element of athletic ability.
The definition of sports: an activity involving physical exertion and skill in which an individual or team competes against another or others for entertainment.
Okay, then I think video games qualify, because you guys make a good point. Is that is a separating factor between something like chess or board games and video games. There is a level of physical exertion with your hands, with the mouse. There's a level of coordination required that I think puts it up there.
Yeah, because chess is a game of the mind. Like, yeah, of course you need to move the chess piece to a certain area, but, like,
I think this BlizzCon was a pivotal point, and I'm glad this is on video record, because either I'm going to be wrong or I'm going to be right, but it's on record. I think this was a pivotal moment in esports history, that USA South Korea game, because I think so many people in that arena, myself and probably you included, were like I said, oh, esports, and we came out of it going, yes, esports. I'm watching all of the new Overwatch League games. I'm planning on going to I'm planning on going to the games, because the stadium is here.
They're making yeah. Aren't they, like, doing something in Burbank?
Yeah, the stadium's in Burbank.
Yeah.
But anyway, I think that's a good place. That's probably a good place to wrap up for today.
Yeah, absolutely. BlizzCon was awesome, and in fact, if you guys check out my channel at Dana Lynn X, I will be doing a little bit of a vlog on it and an unboxing video that'll come out this week.
I think in lieu of our usual improvisational sign-off today, we should do an improvisational sign-off song. Ready? 3, 2, 1, go.
Goodbye, guys. You're really awesome. Play Overwatch with me.
That was horrible.
3, 2, 1.
20th Century Fox. Put all your movies in a box. Give them to Marvel. They'll do lots of gargling with the movies, metaphorically speaking. And they'll be tweaking the formula for your entertainment. I didn't have a rhyme at the end there.
Boo!
Oh, come on, that was way
Dana
better.
wins again.
That was way better than play a game with me.
Hey, people want to come play Overwatch with me. They want to play Overwatch too? Nah.
Whatever. Guys, thanks for joining us today. Join us again next Monday, same time, same channel. If you're watching this on YouTube, remember we go live every Monday at approximately 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, so you can catch the podcast live on our Facebook page, The Riffsters. Thanks for joining us.
Thanks,
See you later.
guys. Bye. What are you doing with your hands?
I don't know. Are we off?